I'm attempting to explain it to you. Now I'll give you one more chance. Now, if you
That's
want to be
fine.
a bimbo, if you want to be a bimbo and just interrupt me, then the conversation's over. Okay.
Dude,
I'm,
just
I'm,
explain it in an actual way. Don't be an ass about it.
if I say the dog is running in the backyard, that's a denial that the dog is not running in the backyard.
Right? But I mean, like, you can't what I'm trying to say is, like
Okay, if I assert to you that God exists, okay,
right.
God would be the ultimate universal statement, all right? And so the assertion of God is a denial of a not God world, okay?
That sounds like gibberish to me. Maybe I'm missing
No,
something. Hold on.
no, every positive statement, okay, is simultaneously a denial of its negation. Okay,
Okay, and continue.
so you say you can't prove a negative. Well, why can't I?
I don't know, why can't you?
Is that true in your world that you can't prove a negative?
Yes.
Okay.
Now tell me why I'm wrong.
Now, can you prove anything in your world? I tend to agree with you, but my perspective is broader. If you're a non-Christian, then you have no metaphysical grounds to prove or deny anything because you're in an open system. In an open
Okay,
system,
and?
and in an open system, anything is possible and nothing is impossible. Therefore, you can't affirm or deny anything.
Okay, and? Wait,
And
and? I'm sorry, I don't know
yeah.
the direction of our
I'm still I'm still I'm
conversation.
still I'm still I'm still waiting for you to sustain your not God world. How is it that God doesn't exist?
I mean, I don't have any proof that he doesn't exist, but in the same way goes you don't have any proof that he does exist.
Okay, so you're saying that all the facts that you're acquainted with are not indicative of God as ultimate creator?
Yes.
How did you determine that?
So how does God exist?
There's no physical proof for me, and I need physical proof to
Okay,
believe.
you're just restating the same claim. When you say physical proof, you're talking about all the facts that you're acquainted with, and that
Right.
all those facts that you're acquainted with in your mind do not necessitate referencing the necessity of God. I'd like to know how you determine that.
What?
When you say there's no physical proof of God, you're saying all of the facts in the world that you're acquainted with do not indicate God. Is that your position?
Okay, yes, yes.
Okay. How did you determine that?
By my existence and what I've learned as I've grown, I
That
don't
that
know.
doesn't that doesn't answer the question.
How do I answer that question?
You can't.
What?
May I take a
What?
shot at answer? Just a second. May I take a shot at answering that
Okay,
question?
Please do.
Mute Eddie Van Halen,
I wanna
please.
No,
He's
take
wait,
a
a
I wanna know
shot
what he's
at
gonna
hamster.
say.
Okay.
What?
Shiny, please mute Eddie Van Halen, please. Thank you.
Yeah, we're muted. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Wait, I
No,
wanna
these
know
are
what Eddie
these.
was gonna say because I don't have a good
Okay.
answer to his question. I'm not a debater, and I don't really know what I'm talking about. I just
Well,
wanna
wanna
talk.
pull out Blossom.
well, neither do atheists. Okay. They
But
cannot
I don't get
sustain
it,
their own
like,
position. Well,
what I wanna know is
I'll explain it to you very simple.
go ahead.
Atheism is a universal negative. Okay. It is
Oh,
it is the
okay.
it is either the direct or the indirect denial of God. Right? It makes no difference whether you deny God directly or indirectly. Either way, it's a denial of God. But there's no way to sustain that proposition. Okay. In only way that you could sustain or establish that there is any universal, it would have to be through the agency of God creating a world in such a way and providing you with a means by which you can know that there is one or more universals. So in a not God world, universals would not be accessible. Okay. And since atheism is a universal negative, that too could not be defended. Right.
But okay, what I wanna know, disregarding everything you've just said or whatever, I wanna know how do you prove that God is real?
All facts around you indicate God. Otherwise, they
What
couldn't be
facts?
fact. Okay. Any facts that you can think of.
How does that indicate God?
Because there can only be facts within a closed system where God is creator. If you don't accept
Why?
God, I'm trying to explain it to you. If you don't accept that the creation, all of the facts together, individually and collectively, are indicative of God, right? then they couldn't be facts in an open system. God is a closed system where some things are possible and
That
some
doesn't
things
make
are. But
sense.
I'm
What's a
trying to.
closed system?
You every time I try to explain it to you, you're cutting me off. Now, if you want to persist in
Because you just
interrupting
kind of
me,
keep going over the
okay,
same things using the same
okay,
jargon.
you interrupt me one more time, and I will stop speaking with you.
You have to explain it to me. You can't just
Okay,
use these words.
we're done, sunshine. Okay.
What the fuck?
If you want to be a little childish little bimbo, we're done.
What?
I'm
Just call me
attempting to explain it to you. Now I'll give you one more chance.
a
Now,
What the fuck?
if you want to be a bimbo and just interrupt me, then the conversation's over. Okay.
Dude,
I'm
just
I'm
explain it in an actual way. Don't be an ass about it.
okay. We're done. See you later, sunshine.
Okay.
Why are you on here calling young girls bimbos, Darth? That's not.
That's a little. Mm.
Extreme.
That's very non-Christian of you, my friend.
Okay,
Yeah,
stop.
go ahead.
Just a second. Give me a second. Let me explain something.
You
Okay.
might have a thing about
So,
negative
Darth, yeah,
existentials,
stop,
but negative
stop.
things in
So,
general.
Bloodspill, the problem is, right, Darth Dawkins is a moron.
He left.
So anyone who can engage him on the philosophical level, he's going to mute because he's, again, a moron, right? So first of all, he presupposes that all knowledge can come only by revelation, which would commit him to skepticism. Now, anyone who brings this up, he's going to ignore because he's a moron, okay? So if you don't know the fancy schmancy terms he uses, which is mostly gibberish, and you object to it,
Exactly.
he's going to leave. So the first problem is that he also can't make any statements because according to his view, he's a skeptic. Because remember,
Everything he says is gibberish.
of course it's gibberish because, again, remember, he doesn't believe that there's any intelligibility without revelation, which would mean that all of his revelation could be a lie because it's consistent with a deceptive God. Now, anyone who brings this point up, he's not going to let them talk because he's a moron. He can't make statements about fact any more than anyone else can. And this is why he leaves and runs when somebody comes in that knows what the fuck they're talking about because he's a moron. I've talked with him
Okay.
hundreds of times and he's a dumbass. That's all.
All right. Listen, I get that you have like some beef with him, but I would like to go back to theorizing what the meaning of his words meant.
It's
It's more
gibberish.
engaging.
It's
It's
gibberish.
Yeah.
He's a
literally
moron.
is gibberish. I tried to ask him.
It's just gibberish.
Did he
He's a
leave? Where'd he go?
Yeah, he
He
left.
left because he's
I
a
mean,
pussy.
we
he's a
could
moron.
accept.
I
We
think
could
he
just
left
accept
because,
that it's gibberish and end the conversation, or we can
left,
actually
he
talk
left
about it.
because he doesn't want to engage me. Because again, if he makes any statements about facts, I'm gonna ask him according to his criterion. How the fuck can he make statements about any facts when he's committed to skepticism?
I just
And
think
he's
it's
a
really.
moron.
Yeah, and I'm really sick and tired of hearing him talk
So
to
why
young
are you?
to
So
young
why are
people,
you
especially.
analyzing?
Whoa,
Why are you
whoa,
analyzing a fucking
CC,
moron?
easy, CC. I'm just saying, I'm sick and tired of him talking to young women and the way he does. I'm really sick.
Yeah,
of
why did you
Yeah,
call
that
her
was a
a
little
bimbo?
weird.
Listen up here, you
What
bimbo.
the fuck?
Okay, no one cares about your opinion on what women, about your opinion on how he treats women. All right, stop being a bimbo.
The next day.
I don't think they're that successful. It may be the portions of it may be red meat for the atheist haters. You know.
Darth, do you ever talk to Andricus? He's in the room. I think he has a question he wants to ask you.
Oh no! I'm glad he's here because he trolled one too many times. Do you think that was appropriate of you trolling yesterday, Andricus? I asked you a question, Andricus. Okay, you can get the hell out of here. And this time he didn't get a mute; he got a ban. Okay, he's a piece of garbage.
What did he do?
He was just over the top trolling on another server. Okay. By the way, that was the umpteenth time that he's engaged in trolling. You see, when I first met him, for the first year of dealing with him, he tried to act like an adult, but thereafter that he realized that he was just going to be a full blown troll, right?
I
Right?
agree.
You know. And by the way, I don't call people trolls who just simply challenge me or disagree with me or challenge other Christian, defenders of the faith, right? This myth that atheists have propagated that I call people trolls who disagree with me. That's simply absurd. It's not true. People get called troll. I mean, people call me trolls. Oh, so I go into other servers trying to be disruptive? No. No, but I that was the last straw with Andricus. He'll have to sneak in on a different account.